Good morning, everybody. This is Martin Flett welcoming you to day 5 of the European Classic Powerlifting Championships, coming to you from Västerås in Sweden. It's day 5 of the championships. It's day 3 of 4 of junior competition, and the first session today will be the final session for junior women. It is a combined flight of under and over 84 kilo women, and we are looking forward to the Junior Women's Championships closing with a bang. As you can see from the screen, we have 14 lifters over the two weight classes, the majority of them in the under 84s. And do they have a lot to live up to? I don't want to be cliched. I always seem to say the last session was fantastic. Can the next one possibly live up to it? Um, and it always does. And I'm sure today will do just that as well. But we're still talking about that fantastic finish yesterday in the 76s. Before that, we were talking about the fantastic finish in the 69s that preceded it. And hopefully, when we get to this afternoon and we resume the men's competition with the 83s, hopefully we will be talking about the fantastic conclusion that we saw to the women's competition in the morning. And that is what you are tuned in for now. The clock is ticking down to zero. As you can see, the first lifter out will be Bohat from Belgium, and her PB is 137.5. She's opening 10 kilos below that on 127.5, and we welcome her onto the stage as today's competition gets underway. And that looks good, nice and comfortable as an opening squat should look. And three white lights, and she's on the board. And next up will be Samantha Edgar from Great Britain, and she will be opening on 135 kilos. As you can see, PB 152.5, a nice sensible opener. Get one on the board. And as you can see from the graphic on the screen, she is in the under 84 kilo class. 12 of the lifters are under 84, and two lifters will contest the 84 plus class. And that looks good for Edgar. And it's 2-1. She incurred the wrath of one of the referees. He called it for death. And yeah, it was on the borderline, but she gets it 2-1, and she moves forward. Now, the second of the two British lifters follows. It's Abigail McLean, 23 years of age, in her final junior competition, opening with 150 kilos, 10 kilos below her personal best. Oh, that's lovely and deep, and it came up well. Shouldn't be any problems with that. And three white lights for McLean. Now, Serena Vargas Fernandez from Spain will be up next. And the next three lifters will all take 152.5 kilos for their opener. Vargas Fernanda, 152 kilos, 10 kilos below her personal best. And that should be good. Only 2-1. It wasn't super deep, but it was good enough for two of the referees. Now Toth Aniko from Hungary is up next. Well, she's got a squat PB, as you saw, of 155. And she's opening on 152.5. And that looks good. 3 white lights. Lovely squat. And next up, we've got Listus Ebicelli from Ireland, 152.5 kilos on the bar for her as well. Her PB is 160, so hopefully this is a safe opener. Oh, that's a great squat. That looked like an empty bar she was squatting there. And it's 3 white lights. And we move on now to Pedersen from Denmark. Naya Fogman Pedersen. She's taking 155 kilos. As you can see, the PB is 160. Getting herself focused, mentally prepared. And we wait for the referees, and it is a good lift. 3 white lights for Pedersen. Now, Anna Teslina from Russia will be next up, and she will be taking 165 kilos. As you can see, big squat PB, 200. So this should be a very conservative opener. Which is well under the weight limit, 78.78. And that looked good. And 3 white lights. And the next lifter up will be Giada Palma from Italy. And she will take 167.5 kilos. We've seen some great Italian juniors and sub-juniors so far this week. And that looks good. And 3 white lights for Palma. Now, Victoria Borgvall of Sweden will be up next. and she's taken 175 kilos for her opening attempt. As you can see, the PB is 177.5, and Bordwell is one of two lifters in the 84 plus class. So there's only two of you. Get a safe opener in and take it from there. If you're beaten by someone else, fair enough, but don't beat yourself. And that looks good. But only 2-1. Let's look at it again. Well, let's just say I'd be in agreement with the two referees that hit their white lights. And we move back to the under 84s. And this is Anastasia Eskova from Russia. And she is opening on 180 kilos, 5 kilos below her personal best. Yeah, that looks good. That's what I would call a very efficient squat. Deep enough, but no deeper than it has to be. And 3 white lights. She looks back slightly anxiously, but she had no need to worry. So it wasn't the deepest squat you'll see all week, but you don't get prizes for the deepest squat. You get prizes for squatting within the performance rules. Now, this is Kasalainen from Finland, 185 kilos on the bar, and she's only 2.5 kilos below her PB with her opener, and she is the second last out in the under 84. Oh, and that looks good. Wait for the referees to be sure. And yes, 3 white lights. Now, Kelly Milcom from France is the last lifter in the unders, but we have one to come in the overs. And Milcom is opening on 192.5. Well, look at the PB, 175.5, which was a national record. But the French have a top coaching squad. They know exactly what they're doing. Well, she had to work a little bit, but I think that's good. We'll wait for the referees. Yes, 3 white lights, and that takes the lead in the under 84s at the end of the first round. And there is one more lifter, and it's Kuzmina from Russia, and she will open on 200 kilos. Her PB 235. And she gets herself set under the bar. Oh, that was so strong. And 3 white lights for Kuzmina. And at the end of the first round, she leads the over 84s is Borgval in second place. And in the under 84, so the screen just comes up, Milcom from France leads with 192.5. Kasalainen from Finland on 185 is in second place, and Eskava from Russia 180. And those three quite a bit clear of Palma from Italy in fourth place on 167.5. We're into the second round. And this is Bo Hack from Belgium coming out for our second attempt. 135 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump from our opener. And that looks good. And some good friends from Belgium. That's three white lights. Some good friends from Belgium will be arriving later in the week. So, Rob Essel and Steve Ringgood, if you're watching this, hope you're enjoying the Belgian lifter. And we look forward to watching you compete later in the week. This is Samantha Edgar from Great Britain. She's gone up 5 kilos, still comfortably below her personal best. She got one red light for depth last time, if you remember. So she wants just to go marginally deeper to satisfy all three referees. And that's good again, two white lights. She gets the same red from the same referee, but the other two are happy with it. And as I said last time, it's right on the border. It does ask questions. And now Abigail McLean, Great Britain, 157.5 kilos on the bar. And that looked good. And three white lights for McLean. And the weight will go up to 162.5 kilos for the next three lifters, all closely bunched together. Next out will be Serena Vargas Fernandez, and she will take 162.5 kilos, and this will equal her personal best. And that looks good. She thinks it's good. She smiles. She brings the bar up, and she gets three white lights. Tofaniko from Hungary will be next out on the same weight, 162.5. Also jumping 10 kilos from first to second. Her opener was an absolutely beautiful squat. Let's see if the 10 kilos makes any difference. No, it doesn't. That's how you squat. Great head position as well. And three white lights for Eniko. Uh, Naya Fogman Pedersen from Denmark will come out next. Also 162.5. You can see a very, very crowded area behind her. Of course, they are further apart than that. The camera foreshortens the distance. And the coach watches on, and that should be good. And three white lights for Everton. Next up from Ireland is Ebicelli, 165 kilos on the bar for her. She waits for the bar to be loaded. She was all smiles the first time. It was a lightish opener. There is 12.5 kilos more on the bar, and it's game face on time for Ebicelli. And she'd forgotten to tie her belt, and the smile comes back. And let's hope the focus hasn't gone. She's got to go to that place mentally that you need to go to lift this much weight. Oh, that's good. Strong, good technique. Asks no questions at all of the referees. And three white lights. And now we have Anna Teslina from Russia. Her PB is 200. I don't think she's going to go there today. Based on the first two attempts, 172.5 kilos on the bar. Lovely and deep. She had to work, but it should be good. Three white lights. Now, Giada Palma from Italy will be next out, and she will be taking 175 kilos. As you can see, PB is 180. She's moving towards that in a nice, steady manner. And she had to fight, but the depth was certainly there. Should be good. And yes, three white lights for the Italian. Now, Victoria Borgval, remember she is in the 84 plus. And 185 kilos on the bar. And this will be a big personal best. 177.5 is her previous best. And she brought that up well. That should be good. And the referees agree. Three white lights for Borgval. And next up we have Escobar. two Russians in the under 84 class. Third one, of course, in the 84 plus. It will come out shortly. Oh, she took that bar quickly, didn't she? Some people take an age settling under the bar. She just walked up and lifted it up. And the same squat as the first time. The extra weight didn't seem to slow her down at all, and three white lights. Three more lifts in the second round. Henna Kasalainen from Finland is next out. Well, PB is 187.5 on the bar, 190. Two more lifters after Kasalainen. One in the unders and one in the overs. Oh, that's a great squat from Kasalainen. Three white lights. And last out in the under 84s is Kelly Milcon from France. And this will be a new European junior squat record. The record is currently 197.5 kilos. This for 200 for Milcon. Oh, that looks good. And that is three white lights. Wow, she came in with a personal best of 175 if our information is up to date. And with her second attempt, she has squatted 200 kilos and she is the new European junior record holder. And there is one more lifter in the second round, and it is Olga Kuzmina, Russia. And she has gone up to 210 kilos. Her PB is 235. Hugely impressive lifter, Kuzmina. Oh, that looked so easy. And it is a good lift, 2-1. Center referee called it in depth. Both the side referees were happy with it. And at the end of the second round, I was scared to say this earlier. Everyone has got two good lifts. There is a solid wall of green in both the first and the second column. And in the under 84s, Milton leads from Kasalainen and Eskava. And in the 84 plus, it's Kuzmina from Borgval as we go into the third round. And Bo Hack comes back onto the platform for her third attempt, 137.5. And this will equal her personal best. she's fighting it up all the way, and that should be good.
22.
And three white lights for hack. Just a reminder that because we are not in back-to-back flights, this is what you might call more traditional powerlifting. There will be a 20-minute break after this round of squats to allow all the lifters to warm up for bench press. So this is Samantha Edgar, 145 kilos. She's got both her lifts 2 to 1. Can she find a little more depth to get the three white lights?
That's it. Come on, mate. Let's get nice and tight. Big brace. All the way. Yep.
And yes, I think that is deeper, but it's at the cost
David,
of
Santos
not
Moore.
taking it back up again. She smiles.
Santos Moore.
It is the first failure of the whole competition so far, and it's taken until the second lift in the third round for it to happen. Now, Abigail McLean, also Great Britain, she's going 162.5 kilos, and this will be a new personal best for McLean.
Just declare for display.
Tight, Abby.
Okay, well done. Action.
Yep. Come on. Come on.
And that looked good. Wait for the referees, yes. 3 white lights, and she'll be delighted with that. She gets a round of applause from the coach. What better reward is there than that? Now, Serena Vargas Fernandez is taking 167.5 kilos. This will be a 5 kilo personal best if she makes it.
Arriba. Paso. Quieta. Estamos contigo. Arriba. Sigue, 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 sigue.
Oh, she's battling, she's battling. It's still moving, and I think that will be good. Yes, 2 to 1. And there's Spanish joy. Well, there you go. If you're British, you get a clap from the coach. If you're Spanish,
Just
you get a
declare for
hug.
Gary Delimoto.
What a fantastic battle. Now, Tothanico from Hungary
Absolute.
is up next,
Okay.
and this will be a
Okay.
huge PB. She came in at 155 with her PB, beat it with the second round attempt, and this is to put another 5 kilos on.
Ponte aquí, medio pay, medio pay.
That's a great squat again. And three white lights for Taniko.
America, 50. Just declare for
Now,
Ghana.
Pedersen from Denmark will be up
National
next with
Contest
170
for Ghana.
kilos on the bar. As you can see from the screen, from the profile, the squat PB is 160.
Ghana from Ghana.
She PB'd on her second. Can
Just
she
declare
turn a
for
2.5 kilo improvement into a 10 kilo improvement? This will take her from 10th to 6th place in squat.
Squat.
Oh, it's good depth. She's brought it up well. That should be good. Only 2-1. One referee called it in depth. They have a better vantage point than I do, of course. But yeah, I wouldn't change my mind after seeing that. And two referees agree. Now, Ebiselli from Ireland, 175 kilos. This would put her into 4th place. And she has a very good deadlift to back this up, and a decent bench as well. Important she gets this in terms of the overall standings, and she fights it up well, and that is good. 3 white lights, and she bounds off the stage.
Russia, Anna Testina, Russia. Everybody's ready?
And next up,
For Anna.
Teslina from Russia,
Is it ready?
177.5 kilos. Remember, there are two Russians, Teslina and Eskova in the under 84s, also Kuzmina in the 84 class. Oh, it's lovely and deep, and what a battle, and she brings it up.
D5.
That should be good.
And good thing
And
is
3
Anna
white lights.
Testina,
Now, Giada Palma, Italy. She's gone for 180 kilos for her third round attempt. This will equal her personal best. She waits for the signal to come out. And this will move her into 4th place in squat. Each lifter that comes out and makes a good lift pushes the preceding lifter down in the order, of course. Oh, what a battle! What a battle! And that should be good. I was watching the bar, saw no downward movement. 3 white lights. What a great lift by the Italian. And we have 5 more lifters before the end of the squat competition. Remember, we'll go to a 20-minute break while the lifters warm up. And this is Victoria Borgvall, Sweden, in the over 84 class. 190 kilos on the bar. Her PB coming in was 177.5. Oh, that's a great fight. And it's 3 white lights for Borgvall.
Testina from Russia, Eskova, Anastasia. Everybody's ready? Sister takes silver
Now,
medal.
this is the other Russian in the under 84s. This is Anastasia Eskova, and she's taking 192.5. Big PB for her as well, and moves her into silver medal position. She gets it, and she does. And that looked like an opener. And she got one red for it, but it's good. Two white lights.
I see Katina.
That was so impressive for a third round squat. And the question is,
Okay, it's the silver
could she
medalist.
have got more? It's always the battle, risk or reward. And now this is Henna Kasalainen from
Hela
Finland,
Kassanen, Finland.
just been pushed from silver to bronze medal position. But this is to take back the
It's
silver.
the silver medal this one.
It will be silver and bronze to Russia and Finland, but this will determine who gets which medal.
Spot. Ja siellä nopeasti. Hyvä.
Oh, it looks good. She smiles. Three white lights, and it is silver to Finland, bronze to Russia, and it's gold to France. To the next lifter, Kelly Milcon, and she, having set the European junior record in the previous round, is attempting to put another 5 kilos onto it in her final
Are you ready
ever
for deadlift?
junior squat.
To
She's 23 years old. She will be a senior next year. She is now the European
Ready?
junior squat record holder, and she wants to push it up a
Prepare.
little bit further. This is 205.
Allez, tranquille, bien placé, et on reste solide. Et on envoie. Spot. Et on envoie.
No, she just can't bring up the extra,
You win silver
and it
medal.
is a no lift. And amazingly, that is only the second no lift of this squat competition. There's two blobs of red on the screen, everything else is green. It's quite amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a squat competition with so many good lifts. 14 lifters, 3 lifts each. This is the 42nd and final lift, and it's Olga Kuzmina. Her record is 235. That is also the European junior record. She's not going there today. She's here for the title. This is 217.5.
Spot.
Well, that was better than the second one, I think, and that was as easy as an opener as well. And three white lights for Kuzmina to end an amazing squat competition. As I say, we've had 40 lifters take 3 lifts each, and only 2 no lifts out of the 42. And at the end of it, Milcon sets a new European junior record to win the under 84s. Kasalainen takes silver, Eskova takes bronze, and Eskova will wonder should she have gone more because her third lift looked like an opener. And these were clear of a field that was quite closely bunched behind them. Palma was fourth with 180, Teslina fifth with 177.5, and in the 84 plus, you've just seen Kuzmina with that very easy looking 217.5 taking the gold medal. Borgwald behind her, 2 personal bests on the way to a 190. We will go to a break now while the lifters warm up for bench press. You can see the clock has just ticked below 19. When it gets to 1, we will start commentary again, but until then, bye for now. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back. If you've been with us for the squat, welcome for the first time. If you're just able to join us for the bench press, and there is the 2021 European Classic Powerlifting Championships Teddy sitting proudly on the bench. He was on the rack earlier on. But none of the lifters were on the rack, so to speak, in the squats. Nobody faced the last chance saloon. Everybody was good through the first two rounds. Only two red lights out of 42 lifts. I say red lights, only two failures out of 42 lifts. And we move on now to the bench press. You see the results are on the screen if you missed it earlier. Milcom from France took the gold medal in the under 84s with a new European record 200. Kuzmina took gold in the overs with 217.5 kilos. And well, it says Pedersen. It's actually not Pedersen. It's Samantha Edgar from Great Britain, and she is opening with 65 kilos. Pedersen will be up next, and she's going to take it off herself, I think.
Start. Press.
And that's a good lift, says the commentator before the referees. But yes, three white lights, and the competition is underway. We were discussing earlier in the week that a lot more lifters than
Bars
before
loaded.
are taking the bar off themselves, and it may be down to COVID restrictions when people were training alone and had to do that and just got used to it because it seemed to be far more than usual. Now, this is Pedersen, and she's taking 67.5 kilos for her opener. Just slightly down on her personal best, as you would expect for an opening attempt, and again, she takes it off herself.
Start. Press. Rec.
And that looks good as well.
Yes. Three white lights.
And three white lights.
I can see the shadow.
Now, Abigail
I
McLean
can see
from
the
Great
shadow.
Britain will be next up.
Good.
One of three lifters, all opening on 77.5
Ready?
kilos. McLean will be 12.5 kilos below her PB with her opener.
Bars loaded.
Bar is loaded.
Come away with a new personal best in squat, of course. Having a chat with the platform crew as she readies herself.
Start. Press.
And
Rec.
that looks good. And three white lights for McLean. Now Bohac from Belgium is up next, also 77.5,
Bars loaded.
and
Bar
Teslina
is
will
ready
follow
for
her, and she will also
Toronto,
tackle the same weight.
Russia.
Wearing the new SBD Phoenix singlet, it seems to be becoming very popular, particularly in Belgium, of course.
Start. Press. Rec.
And that looks good. She smiles, and she gets a yellow from the center referee. Now, I wonder what that might be for.
Bar loaded.
Bar is loaded
I
from
can't see anything obvious. If the referee obviously had a reason for pressing the button, sorry, I can't explain it. Explain. So this is Teslina. we said, also on 77.5 kilos.
Заводи давай сюда. Не спеши никуда, не торопись, времени много. Вперед, вперед, выноси. Сама локтями. Иди,
Start.
кушай.
Press. Rec.
Well, that looked nice and easy, as an opener should be. Well, it got a red. Now, a red is a touching offence where it either didn't touch, it can't have hit the belt because,
Top 84.
well, I'm not sure.
Follow it.
Arithmetic fire.
Perhaps it wasn't stationary in the chest, but
Top
then
82.
she got the press command.
82 on the bar.
Now, this is Toth Paniko from Hungary. Was really impressed with her squats. And let's see how the bench press goes for her. And again, she takes it off herself.
Start. Press. Rec.
Looks good. 3 white lights.
Only 10 white lights.
Now,
Instructor
Victoria Borgwald. Remember,
Victoria
one of two lifters in
Follow it.
the over
One is
84s.
85
If
kilo
you were watching
scale.
earlier. If you're not, we've got 12 lifters in the under 84 class, 2 lifters in the over 84s. Lifting has one flight, but obviously for different prizes. Borgval and Kuzmina in the over 84s.
Start. Press. Rec.
Oh, that's a good bench press.
Yes,
And 3 white lights.
3 white lights. Instructor from Spain. Seveda. Vargas Fernandez
Follow it.
Vargas starting from
Now, Serena Vargas Fernandez from Spain,
87.5
coming out
kilos
with
on the bar.
87.5 kilos on the bar. 7.5 kilos below her personal best. As the coach watches on.
Press. Rec.
And that looks nice and comfortable, but no, it goes yellows and blues. Well, let's check that again.
Instructor from Finland.
Well, I'm none the wiser, I'm afraid, after that. Whatever it was, I didn't pick up on it. Now, this is Henna Kassalainen,
Seveda is ready.
and her bench press PB is 92.5.
Instructor Russian.
She's going 90.
Start. Press. Rec.
And that's nice and strong. And 3 white lights for Kassalainen,
Bars loaded.
who is the favourite on prognosis to win the title.
Anastasia Iskova from
But
Russia.
we know that
Instructor France.
prognosis can be a very deceiving thing.
Внимательно.
When a lifter jumps from 230 to 270, as we saw in the sub-junior 83s, the prognosis goes completely out the window. So this is Eskova, 92.5 kilos on the bar, 2.5 kilos short of her personal best.
Start. Press. Rec.
Easy.
And that's three white lines for Escobar. Now, Milcom, the new European junior squat record holder,
99 kilo. Number.
is opening on
Bars loaded.
95
Rest
kilos.
ready, brother. Cavalry.
Start. Press.
And she
Rec.
has to work, but that looks good. And she gets a yellow. Let's have a look to see if the butt came off the bench.
Super.
Couldn't see from the angle we saw the original, but
Easy, Sebastian.
yeah, only very
Bars
slightly,
loaded.
but very
Rest
slightly is
ready.
enough. Now, Eberselli from Ireland, 97.5 kilos on the bar.
Start. Press.
Oh,
Rec.
that's strong. Looks like a gate, but bench press from that angle. And yes,
Ready.
three white lights.
Sebastian.
Now, Giada Palma from Italy will take
Bars loaded.
102.5 kilos. She's the last lifter out in the under 84s, but of course Kuzmina is still to come as well. So this to take a 5 kilo lead after one round of bench press.
Start. Press. Rec.
And that looked really solid. More there. Three white lights, and she leads the under 84 after the first round. But we have one more lifter, and it's Olga Kuzmina
105 kilo.
in the 84 plus, and she
Bars
is
loaded.
going
Rest ready.
105. PB is 127.5.
It is the last first
It
number.
seems the plan today is just to
This
come and get the title and not overextend herself. She's only 20, of course. She's got another 3 years as a junior.
Start. Press. Rec.
Empty bar. Three white lights.
Sebastian.
Have you ever seen an easier bench press in international competition? And at the end of the first round, we go to the scoreboard and we can see Palma is leading with 102.5. Eberselli
Bars loaded.
has 97.5 kilos. Milcon has 95, and they are in the medal positions at the moment with Escava and Kasalainen close behind. And in the overs, Kuzmina leads with 105 from Borgval with 85 kilos. And Samantha Edgar rather, is coming out onto the stage. She's already on the bench for her second attempt, which will be 70
Start.
kilos.
Press.
Oh, she's having to work, but it's good, and it is a new PB for Edgar. She gets it 2-1. She got a yellow from the far side referee. Well, if that was for the butt coming off the bench, and then it didn't. It rose slightly, but the rule has changed. But anyway, it is a good lift, and we have Pedersen from Denmark out next. 72.5 kilos on the bar. And this will be a new personal best for her as well. Current PB is 70.
Start. Press.
No, no, the 5 kilo jump proved too much. Perhaps she should have done 2.5 twice. But she will come back to attempt it one more time. Now, Abigail McLean, Great Britain, 80 kilos on the bar for her.
Bar loaded.
She's just taken a 2.5 kilo jump from first to second, which probably indicates that the first one was a little bit heavier than expected, which is part of the reason to open light, because you can make a judgment how much more you've got there.
Start.
If you open too heavy,
Press.
you can't do that, and she's working, and that looks good for McLean. No, she gets yellows from all three. I would guess she possibly beat the command when she gets 3 yellows. The butt didn't come off, the feet didn't lift. Uh, these would be the most common cause for yellows, but that is a no lift for McLean. But she can console herself that she knows the strength is there to get it next time. Now, this is Bo Hack from Belgium, also taking a 5 kilo jump to 82.5 kilos. Still way behind her PB of 90.
Start. Press.
No, no, not today. And that is a no lift for Hack. Now, next up, we've got Anna Teslina from Russia. She'd be taking 82.5 kilos. Her PB, as you can see, is 95.
Скажи, что надо подать. Не спеши никуда. Еще. Сама включайся. Сама. Жди.
Start.
Ровно.
Press.
Не дави. Спокойно держи.
And that looks good. And 3 white lights for Teslina. Now, Tot Nico from Hungary. 87.5 kilos on the bar. She equaled her PB with her opener. This is to increase it by 7.5 kilos.
Start.
Come on. Mate full, mate full.
And she's having to really work. And it's three white lights for Nico and a big personal best by 7.5 kilos with 1 round to go. But is she at her limit? Can she make 90? We'll find out in about 10 minutes' time. But this is Serena Vargas Fernandez. She missed her opener, if you remember. She got two yellows and a blue, and I couldn't explain it unless it was a missed command. But here she goes
Start.
again. The strength was certainly there. There's 2.5 kilos more on the bar.
Erect.
And well, we await the outcome. It looks good from here. And yes, it is. Three white lights. And everyone is in the competition. Vargas Fernandez was the only red light from the first round.
Loaded.
And everyone can move forward to deadlift. And next up, we've got Victoria Borgvall from Sweden in the over 84 kilo class.
Start. Press. Erect.
And that looks good again. And three white lights for Borgvall. And now we come to Henna Kasalainen,
5 kilo.
representing Finland in the under 84s. PB of 92.5 on the bar, 95 kilos.
L'équipe de France.
Start. Press. Erect.
And that looks good. And three white lights for Kasalainen. Now Kelly Milcon from France, one of two lifters to opt for 97.5 kilos for the second round.
Kelly Milkamp.
Un bloc en haute grosse tension.
Bon, faut garder tout ça, personnellement.
Start. Press.
And she's battling, but no, it's gone down. And that is a no lift for Milcon.
Approuvé. Résultat Russia.
And you know, when you
Eskova
think about it,
Loaded.
that was only 2.5 kilos more than her opener, and she had a European record
was a little bit better position
to
in
protect,
the
and in
first
retrospect, she got away with it. But that was quite a risky opener from Milcom. Now we have Eskova from Russia, also 97.5 kilos on the bar, and this will put her from fifth into bronze medal position, with, of course, another round to go.
Start. Press. Erect.
Oh, that was easy. Well, all her lifts today have looked easy, and you don't know, is it because she's not challenging herself enough, or because she's got the perfect technique that makes the difficult look easy because she applies it every time. Now, Listas Ebisele from Ireland, 102.5 kilos on the bar. This will put her into the lead, but of course, Palma will follow and she can take the lead back again. Very convincing with her opener, and she had 5 kilos. Yes, she can.
Reducing
3
5
white lights for Ebicelli,
Deadlift by
and that was a huge personal best. She
Sister
came in, remember, with a
Rachel.
PB of 95, beat that with her opener, and now she's added another
Congratulations.
5 kilos to it, and I think she'd be good for 105 as well. Now, this is Giada
Sister
Palma,
Florida Brazilian deadlifters.
107.5 kilos on the bar.
Thank you for
For the final
Sister
lifter in the under 84s with only Kuzmina to follow.
Sister from Russia.
And this, of course, will put her back in gold medal position.
Start. Press.
Oh, that's a great bench press. And Palma gets 3 white lights, and she retakes the lead in the under 84s at the end of the second round.
Next lifter,
One lifter to go, and it's Olga Kuzmina,
Russia.
Russia, 115 kilos. Still
Palma
12 and a half kilos
225.
below her personal best.
Stefanis Domic, caballero.
Start. Press. Rec.
Oh wow, that was so easy again.
Third,
And 3 white lights for Kuzmina.
Paris Stars
It flew up, didn't it?
Saturday.
And at the end of the second round, we
Saturday.
can confirm that Palma leads in the unders with 107.5. Big PB from Ebosele to put her in second place, 102.5. Escova third, 97.5. Milcon just behind that on 95, but remember she missed her second lift,
Is the new
and just looking, she will yeah, she will take it again. And Samantha Edgar is back on the bench, so we will go no further with summaries.
Start. Press.
Working it, working it, working it. It comes up, and we wait for the referees. And it's a good lift. 3 white lights, and another personal best on the bench for Edgar. She will be delighted with her bench press today. Now, Naja Fogman Pedersen, Denmark, 72.5 kilos on the bar. This also for a personal best. She missed it last time. Remember, she made a 5 kilo jump looking for a PB. She knows what it feels like now. Can she
Start.
make a difference?
Press.
It's better, but no, no. And it is a no lift for Pedersen.
Next lifter,
And we will put up to 80 kilos for Abigail McLean,
Latin
Great Britain.
deadlift. 80 kilos
She missed this last time.
Follow it.
Barrel de caballero. She missed. She's going because she got better. Next lifter, Rachel.
Start. Press. Rec.
Well, it looks good. and 3 white lights. And the bar weight goes up to 82.5 kilos for Bo Hack from Belgium. And a reminder that at the end of this round, we will go to a 20-minute break while the lifters warm up for deadlift. And then the battle for overall silver and bronze, I promise you, is going to be fantastic. This is all just about building totals, adding the extra 2.5 kilos if possible, so that when it comes to the final deadlift, the bar will maybe be slightly lighter when you're lifting for that position or for the title.
Start. Press.
And that's a good lift from Hack. She gets 3 white lights. She missed it last time. She came back and she got it. What a great fight.
2 kilos more.
Now Anna Teslina.
Right Fabio Kawabata. Next lifter,
She's going 85 kilos.
Правильно, не спеши никуда. Вперед, вперед, вперед. Сама. Жди.
Start. Press.
Дави, 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 дави. Дави, убирайся.
Oh, that's a good battle. Had to work all the way, and 3 white lights is the reward. Now the weight goes up to 90 kilos. Toth Aniko from Hungary. Big PB with 87.5, but she seemed very close to her limit. Can she find another 2.5 kilos from somewhere?
Start.
No, it was just too heavy. The suspicion all along was she hit the most she possibly could with her second round lift, and that proves to be the case. But what a great competition she's having so far, and she leaves with a 7.5 kilo improvement on her bench press PB. Now this is Vargas Fernandez from Spain, missed 87.5. We didn't quite understand why she got 90. And this is to up it by another 2.5 kilos.
Start. Press.
Oh no. Good try, but got so far and then started coming down again. Now Henna Kasalainen, as we said, the overall favourite for the title, looking to put kilos on the total. Another 2.5 kilos could be vital. This will take her to 97.5. And put her just outside the medals and bench press. 4th place for now.
Start. Press. Break.
And that looks good. It's good, 2-1. She got blue, which indicates downward movement, but I don't think it was. It was uneven. But
Valores.
Was it ever down? Probably not, and it's a good lift. Now, Kelly Milcom, she missed 97.5 last time, if you remember. Can she do anything different this time?
Allez, sois patiente. Attention.
Start. Press.
Allez. Lâche, lâche, lâche.
No, and it's no lift for the French lifter. And next up, Victoria Bordwell from Sweden,
Valores.
97.5 kilos. Remember in the one over 84 kilo class, 97.5 kilos on the bar, which will exactly equal her personal best.
Eskilstuna pressure.
Start. Press.
No, no,
Release when you're ready.
not today. And she finishes with a best
Eskilstuna pressure.
of
Eskilstuna pressure.
92.5 kilos. And next we have Escobar. The PB is 95 on the well, was coming in, went up to
Valores.
97.5, of course, in the second round, and
So
now
release when you're ready for the
102.5
deadlift.
kilos on the bar. Won't change her position. She is in third position in the under 84s bench. That will not change, but what will change is an extra 5 kilos on her total.
Start. Press. Track.
Great look lift from that angle. And yes, 3 white lights. Well, she holds her back a little bit as she comes off. Hopefully, if it's anything, it's just a touch of cramp from maintaining that arch and nothing more.
Release the cylinder.
3 more lifters, 2 in the unders. And this is Ebusele. And she's going 105 kilos. She's given up on bench gold. She wants the extra 2.5 kilos. She will be contending for at least silver in the deadlifts, and every 2.5 kilos helps. So, can she get this extra 2.5? She was really close to her limit last time. Has she got that little bit more?
Start. Press.
Oh, she's working it. Oh, what a great lift. If anything, that was better than her second round attempt. She has got 3 white lights, and what a day she is having today.
Valores.
Eskilstuna Kelly.
Utter joy as she leaves the platform, and what a fantastic bench press. And there is one more lifter
She has
in the
already
under
gold
84s, and it's Giada Palma from Italy. She's
so
guaranteed the
also
gold medal in bench press.
Portugal.
But again,
She leads
she's going to be
for the
contending
silver.
for the silver, possibly more. Every 2.5 kilos is vital. So this is more about total than bench press. Can she too, like the Irish lifter before her,
Start.
find the extra 2.5 kilos?
Press.
Oh, she's fighting, she's battling, but it has just stuck. And it is not
She is
to
ready to
be.
do
But
the last
she
action
got the
before
best she
the
possibly could
competition.
out the bench today.
Eskilstuna
And we look forward with
pressure.
relish
5 kilo
to the
over
battle that awaits in the bench press. But before that,
deadlift.
we have one more lifter,
Valores.
and it's Olga
Guys, when you're
Kuzmina
ready,
from Russia.
come on, Olga.
She's going 125 kilos. Only 2.5 kilos below her personal best. Now, the last two have gone up like an empty bar. Will the extra 15 kilos slow her down?
Start. Press. Right.
No, is the answer. I've seen more difficult openers,
Maestro deadlift,
and that is fantastic lifting from Kuzmina. And we see that in replay. Look at the speed of that. It never slowed down at all the way through the press. And if we summarize the positions in bench, the gold goes to Palma with 107.5, a brilliant silver with a huge PB for Ebuseli from Ireland, the bronze to Eskova from Russia, and they were the only three in three figures. And in the overs, Kuzmina with that fantastic final press of 125 is the gold medalist. Borval silver medal with 92.5 kilos, and it's really beginning to boil up for an exciting deadlift competition. On prognosis, Kasalainen is well ahead, but Ebaseli has been getting PBs in everything, and if she continues to do so in the deadlift, it could be so much closer than the prognosis suggests. We'll take a short break. Please join us again in about 18 minutes' time for the deadlifts. and welcome back to Vasteras. You join us just before the deadlift in the junior women's under and over 84 kilo class that Teddy finds somewhere to sit. Every time he's looking very pensive this morning, and racked with doubt as to what is going to happen in the next hour. Well, what is going to happen, quite simply, is we are going to have a fantastic deadlift competition. The final deadlift competition of a great women's junior event here in Sweden. It's been fantastic, and if I just look through the the 10 lifters who are top of the best scoring awards, brings back fantastic memories. We got Jacob, Naldi, Olsen, Aleta, Rudin, Francis Freeman, Perot, Vanaskaitis, Soto, Montanaro. It just brings back so many fantastic memories of the 2021 Junior Women's Competition. And now the deadlift is about to get underway with Bo Hack, and she's opening on 132.5 kilos. And she's got the wrong socks on, and I don't think she's going to be back in time. The clock is ticking down, and I guess this is now a how quickly can I change a pair of socks competition. And I don't think she's going to make it. 10 seconds remaining. Well, what drama to start the session. And no, she is going to be timed out, and the clock ticks down to zero. And just for anyone not familiar with all the rules of powerlifting, there are very strict protocols on the avoidance of blood transference, and one of those is that knee-length socks must be worn. And the lifter came out, Hack came out wearing the socks she wore for bench press, which are not permissible in the deadlift. So that explains that. And now we have Anastasia Eskova from Russia, 165 kilos, made to look as if it was nothing at all, and three white lights.
Follow it.
Now, Ebisele has actually dropped her opening deadlift attempt. It was sitting up in the 180s on prognosis, and that's why I said prognosis was only a guide, because she was sitting second in prognosis. Suddenly, she changes her opening deadlift, and she's sitting fifth, and everyone else moves up a place. So this is maybe just to get one on the board and then big jumps,
Down.
and that was certainly nice and easy. And three white lights. Say maybe the Irish plan is get one on the board and then go big in the second round when you know you made a total.
Follow it.
And say Ebiseli we have just seen. And next up we have Samantha Edgar from Great Britain, 167.5 kilos on the bar for Edgar. 10 kilos below her personal best.
Down.
That looks good. And three white lights. Now Teslina from Russia will be up next, 167.5 kilos.
Не спеши. На стене точку найди. На стене. Спокойно. спокойно.
Down.
Well, she made it look really easy.
Good lift. Next lifter from Denmark.
And now Pedersen from Denmark.
The bar is loading for your
Naya Fogman
final
Pedersen,
exercise.
to give her full name. And she is coming out to 170 kilos, just below her personal best with her opener.
Down.
And that looks good.
Easy. And good lift.
And
Take
3
part.
white lights.
Next lifter, Hungary. 84 top. 84 top for Hungary.
Next up, we've got Top Nico from Hungary. Final year in junior competition.
Loading for
You
you,
can see
Ukraine.
she's opening a little way below her personal best.
Next lifter, Kelly Millikan. House.
Down.
Yeah, that's a good lift.
Yes.
3 white lights.
Three white lights.
Kelly Milcom,
Next lifter, House. House again.
177.5 kilos on the bar for the French lifter. Remember, she set the European junior record in squat. She needs one deadlift to ratify that record.
Grosse pression, démarre.
Solid no lift.
Well, she's not going to do it this time, that's for sure.
Good
Oh dear, and has the plate gone on her foot? Yeah, she slipped. Oh, and
Next lifter,
I
Britain.
think her left toes were caught by the plate.
The bar is loading for you, Belgium,
And
Makelele.
that is always the danger of sumo lifting, and the record has yet to be ratified. And this is Abigail McLean, 180,
Next lifter,
Down.
Russia.
lifting conventionally, removes all that risk, of course.
Easy. Three
And
white
McLean
light.
gets
Good lift.
3
Next
white
lifter,
lights.
Borgia.
Next up, we have Kuzmina
Borgia.
in the over 84s, and this is the first time today
Support with
she
the
hasn't
position
been
for
out
now.
last in the round.
Bar loaded.
But will she make this look as easy as she's made everything else look today? Well, her PB is 205, on the bar 180.
Down.
And that was so quick, the cameraman almost missed it. And it's 3 white lights for Kuzmina. And Vargas Fernandez was actually smiling in the background, watching on at the ease with which that lift was completed. And now here she is herself in the under 84, still smiling, walking out to lots of cheers. 185 on the bar for both her and Borgwald, who will follow.
Down.
And that looks good. And 3 white lights for Vargas Fernandez. Now 3 lifters to go in the first round. And next up we have Victoria Borgwald. I think the best thing to do in terms of calling places is just let the first round unfold, and then when they come out for the second, we can have a better idea of what they are lifting for and
Bar loaded.
what they are moving towards. So Borgwald to take the lead in the 84 plus deadlift. And it looks as if she's done just that. And three white lights for the Swede. Two lifters to go in the first round. First up is Henna Kasalainen, 195. She will then be followed by Palma on the same weight. This will give a 487.5, put her in the lead in deadlift and total.
Down.
That looks good. And yes, three white lights. And importantly, more in the tank. She's nowhere near her limit. Now, Yada Palma from Italy, final lifter out. And this will put her into the lead, although it's the same weight, by virtue of lighter body weight.
Down.
And that looked good, but it looked far more of an effort than Casalainen's did. It's three white lights. And quick summary, Palma leads from Casalainen, both in 95. Vargas Fernandez is third with 185. And in the overs, Borgwall leads from Kuzmina. And the first lifter out in the second round will be Bo Hack with the correct socks, we hope. And she has decided she'll go with the plan. The plan was open with 132, go 142 second, and she's just gone straight to the 142. You can see the socks that come up the required distance to the bottom of the knee joint.
Down.
And that's good. And if she gets the three white lights, there will be no harm done, and she is back on plan. Now, Anastasia Eskova from Russia will be one of three lifters attempting 175, and then two lifters will attempt 177.5. So they're all very closely bunched.
Overloaded.
And the graphic on the screen will tell you that she will is in third place in total. You see total rank top right.
Vai.
So she cannot improve her position with this lift, but she can cement it.
Down.
And she does. She's happy. Referees are happy. Three white lights. And it's Listas Ebicelli next. Also
Overloaded.
175 representing Ireland. Well, her PB 162, but she's been smashing PBs all day long. And she's a very new competitor as well. What potential for the future? Well, she's in fourth place at the moment. This won't improve on that, but it will get her closer to the podium. It'll get her 10 kilos closer. And then she'll have a big decision to make. Well, that's easy as well. And the decision is, do I play safe on the third and get it, but it's not quite enough? Or am I bold and not quite get it and fall back? As much a game of chess in some respects as a game of physicality, but she is really happy with that. Now, this is Anna Teslina, also 175. As you can see, she's ranked 6th overall, and this would move her from 11th to 6th in the deadlift. So closely bunched that 7.5 kilos can separate 5 places. Oh, that looks good. She's had to work all the way. And 3 white lights. But has she got much more? Now, Kelly Milcom from France. Well, let's just hope she hasn't hurt her foot. She doesn't seem to be limping unduly. She needs this, remember, not only to contend for the podium, but to ratify the squat record that she set. Oh, and what a relief. 3 white lights, and she is back in the game. And after what we saw yesterday with Bernardi, I did not want to see it again. Bernardi got the world record squat, won the deadlift competition, but didn't get a bench in. And she would have featured very high on the best lifters had she just got one bench. But this is Samantha Edgar, 177.5 kilos on the bar. This to equal her deadlift PB. And she'll move from 11th to 5th place in the deadlift if she makes this. And she has. Wait for the referee's lights. Yes, 3 white lights. And next up, we've got Naya Fogman Pedersen from Denmark, 180 kilos on the bar. Her PB coming in was 173, which is the Danish junior deadlift record. This will put her PB and that record up to 180 kilos. Oh, she got it moving. She's still working. She's locked it out. Oh, I'm going to wait for the referees. Do they like it? No, 2-1. One referee gave it, two gave blues, which would be for resting the bar on the thighs or for downward movement. Well, the bar wasn't resting on the thighs. Maybe it went down marginally, but it is a no lift for Pedersen. And now Tok Eniko from Hungary. I've been really impressed with her today. Just looking at her with a coach's eye rather than a commentator's, there's just great potential there. There's something. That's good. Something that I can't really quantify. It's just there. Great potential for the future. And 3 white lights. Now, Abigail McLean, Great Britain, 190 kilos on the bar. Well, McLean is the British junior record holder with 201 kilos. She's still hopefully got a long way to go in this competition, but this would move her into bronze medal position in the deadlift. Lifters to follow, of course. And she gets it. Wait for the referees again. Yes, 3 white lights. And where will McLean go next? And this is Kuzmina from Russia. She's taking 190 kilos in the over 84s, of course. This will put her into the lead in deadlift. She's miles clear in total. And every lift today, with the possible exception of her third bench, has been really, really easy. My only worry there was she let go of the bar too soon, but she just about stayed with it long enough. And this is Vargas Fernandez, 195 kilos on the bar. This would put her into silver medal position in deadlift. She's ranked fifth overall. That fifth place will be under attack in the third round.
Down.
And that looks good. And she's got more in the tank as well. This is just building and building.
Deadlift right now.
And as usual in deadlift, it's going to boil down to who is too conservative, who is too bold, and who gets it just right. And this is Victoria Borgval in the over 84.
Victoria Borgman.
Kuzmina just took the lead in the deadlift. This is to take it back.
Bar loaded.
She's some way behind, of course, in total. No chance of catching Kuzmina, but she does have every chance of winning deadlift gold. And this to put her 10 kilos ahead of Kuzmina. Oh, what a battle! And it's three white lights. And there are two more lifters in the second round, both taking 205 kilos. First, Henna Kasalainen, Finland. You can see she is ranked first. She's got 487.5. This would put her to 497.5 and also into the lead in deadlift.
Down.
And that looks really good. She smiles, she looks to the lights, she sees that they are all white.
And now Italy.
And there is one more lift in the second round, and it's Giada Palma from Italy. Same weight, 205 kilos. But the graphic will tell you that this will put her into the lead in deadlift on body weight. And it will confirm her second place overall. This will put her to 492.5. 20 kilos ahead of Milcom, who is in third place. Oh, it's going. I thought she wasn't going to move it. Oh, no. No, just too much. And that leaves her at 42.5. And that puts her possibly within range of Milcom. And we are into the third round as this competition builds and builds and builds. You can see that in total, let's focus on that. Kasalainen has 497.5, Palma 482.5, Milcom has 472.5, but remember, Palma failed 205. If she fails it again and Milcom makes her third, then I'm checking the body weight. Milcom is heavier. She would have to go an extra 2.5 kilos. And this is Bo Hack. I'll talk more about Milcom later, but let's get Hack's lift out of the way.
Down.
And that looks good. Yeah, three white lights. Yeah, just going back to Milcom, when she broke the European Junior record, she went for 200. Now, as a result of going for that round number, she is going to have to put an extra 2.5 kilos on the bar to have any chance of catching Palma. But if she had gone 200.5, she would not have to put the extra 2.5 kilos on. And that's why when you see people chipping records, that's often the reason why they have that point 0.5 of a kilo advantage in total that can be vital when it comes to third deadlifts. But this is Teslina, 177.5 kilos on the bar, just outside the medals, but she's had a good competition. And she works
Down.
it all the way up and gets three white lights. Now this is Pedersen again, coming out with 180 for what would be a new personal best and a new Danish junior deadlift record. And there we see the president of the EPF, Arnold Dahlström,
Kvar loaded.
acting as technical controller for this session. Now, can she do what she couldn't do last time? She's got to be mentally right. She's got to want it. And she's got to fight and fight and fight. Oh, it's better than last time. Oh, I think that's probably good. Wait for the referees. Yes, it's a good lift. Three white lights. And she will be delighted with that. Now, Samantha Edgar, 182.5 kilos on the bar, 5 kilos more than she has ever lifted before.
Bar loaded.
And this would put her into sixth place in deadlift. A little bit outside the medals, but fantastic experience to be lifting on the European stage and competing against many of the top junior lifters in the world. This for a PB. This to break the 400-pound barrier. And it's going, and she's fighting, She wants it. Oh, what a battle. She will not give up. She's locked it out. We wait for the referees. And it is 2-1. A no lift. She got blues. Blues would indicate resting on the thighs or downward movement. Well, make your own minds up about that. But it is a no lift for Edgar, but such a good attempt. Now we have Eboseli from Ireland, 182.5 kilos on the bar. She's in fifth place overall. What a fantastic result for someone so new to the sport. And this is to protect that fifth place. Oh, no, it's going out of the hands and she can't quite lock it up, but she smiles and she can be absolutely delighted with her performance today. And we've got an attempt change coming in now. And yes, it's Milcomp from France. She's gone 187.5. And we've had another one. And Escava has gone 187.5. And Milcomp has gone up to 190.
Bar loaded.
Oh, just wait and let this unfold. See, sometimes one change sparks other changes. But no, the bar is loaded, and this is Escava. 187.5.
Just after
And this is
one
trying to get on the
minute
podium. This
almost.
huge jump of 12.5 kilos would take her from fourth to third. Oh, she's got it! She's got it!
Yes, it's good.
Three white lights. What a fantastic pull from Escobar. She is totally spent walking back towards the coach. She gave everything there, and she is now in bronze medal position overall.
Esmeralda is the French.
And this is Kelly Milcom from France, and she has gone 190, and this is going to take her from fourth to second. And if she makes it, she pushes the Russian back off the platform, off the podium, and into fourth place. And she too has jumped 12.5 kilos. But remember, she retook her first one. She slipped. This is for a potential silver medal overall. And no, it is not moving.
She tried,
She
but
had to try it. First of all, she wanted 187.5, but then the Russian changed. So if she wanted the silver medal, she had to go up even more. So she had to go up from 187.5 to 190, and that was just too much. Well, I've been so impressed with Todd Eniko today, and she is going for a crazy 192.5 kilos. And this would, oh, she's still outside the medals. It would put her to fourth in the deadlift. I said crazy. It's not crazy. It's only 5 kilos over her previous best. As I said earlier, so impressed by this lifter today. Huge potential.
Megy a fej, húzod ki magad! Ez az!
And that's why just so much natural talent. Three white lights and a fantastic competition for Eniko. I think she missed one bench, 2.5 kilos above what she did, and that was it. And PBs in all three disciplines and total. Now, Abigail McLean, Great Britain, her PB is 201. Today she attempts 197.5, a lift that would move her into silver medal position in the deadlift.
next lifter, Ella.
Several lifters to follow, of course, but this is McLean for a potential silver.
Yeah, come on, come on, come on,
She
keep
gets
going!
it moving and she works it, but no, 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 not today, not to be. Now, Serena Vargas Fernandez from Spain, she comes out to her final attempt, 200 kilos, and this would put her in silver medal position in deadlift, outside the overall podium, but again lifting for a potential silver medal. And it's a jump of 5 kilos. Her PB is down as 207.5. She knows what it's like to lift this weight. She still smiles. Oh, she's battling. No, it's gone down. Even if she gets it up, it would have been blues. But a brave attempt and a no lift from Vargas Fernandez. And we come to the over 84s, and Kuzmina has gone for
Next lifter, Anna.
202.5. Already the European Junior Champion, this would put her into the lead
She
in the
passed
deadlift
away to
with Borval to follow.
Alexandra Caso.
4 lifts to go. in this fantastic Junior Women's Championship here in Vasteras as the under and over 84 kilo classes come to their conclusion. And there is Kuzmina, 202.5 kilos on the bar. The lead currently held by Borgbal at 200 kilos.
he was very confident.
Down.
And that's the hardest that I've seen Kuzmina work all day today. She gets a yellow. I think that was for letting go too early. Watch the if her hands were still on the bar when it hit the floor. That's what she got the yellow for. And now we have Borval, 202.5 kilos on the bar. There are three lifts to go, and this is for deadlift gold in the 84 plus class.
The deadlift
Remember, Kuzmina is the champion. She did gold in squat, she did gold in bench press, but if she makes this lift, it is Borgval that will take gold in
most
deadlift.
popular deadlift in this category.
You can see her psyching herself up
Represent
as the bar is clean, as the platform is swept. This for deadlift gold. 'What a battle, and she has locked it out. And we wait for the referees. And the referees say good lift, 2-1. And Borgval is the deadlift gold medalist in the 84 plus. What a battle. She got one blue, and now we have two lifts to go. Henna Kasalainen, pretty much clear as the winner, and this is for a new European junior total record. She's going 207.5 kilos. It's 1.5 kilos more than she has ever lifted before. It will give her 500 kilo total. The European junior record 497.5. In Finland, they are waiting to cheer. Everyone holding their breath as she gets ready. And she drives, and it's going up, and she's locked it out, and she smiles. And it's three white lights, and there is your European champion, and there is your new European total record holder. And we have an attempt change
Of course, this
from Palma,
is a record set by the
and she is going 212.5. Well, I've already given the title to Kasalainen, but hold on one moment. Palma has gone 212.5. If she makes this, she is the champion. But remember, she could not make 205. So is it possible that somehow she can find the mental fortitude and physical strength to lift 7.5 kilos more than she failed last time? But if she can, from nowhere, she will be the European champion.
Figura di pancia e tira una schienata. Tira, 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 tira. Sì, 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 sì.
Oh, it's a brave attempt, but as I suspected, she could not move the bar. It's something I guess she had to try. She was safe in second place, only in body weight from Escova, in fairness, and she had nothing to lose. by putting a weight on the bar
Please,
that would give her the title. But the title
please,
goes to Kasalainen.
number
Palma from
84,
Italy is second.
please, continue.
Eskova from Russia with a fantastic third pull uh, takes the
Please,
bronze. She is on the
continue.
same total as Palma, 482.5, but Palma is the lighter lifter, and that gives her the silver. Looking back, 10 kilos back from bronze medal was Milcom with 472.5. Ebosele from Ireland missed her final attempt at 182.5, finished with a very, very respectable 455 kilos, 2.5 kilos ahead of Vargas Fernandez from Spain. And in the over 84 kilo class, it was Kuzmina, the champion, with 545 kilos. Bergvall second, 485, but Bergvall wins deadlift gold on body weight, both lifters managing 202.5 kilos. And that ends a quite splendid junior women's powerlifting championship here in Västerås in Sweden. I can tell you that the best lifter on the IPF point system is Jade Jacob from France. She scored 107.866 points. The second best lifter was Sara Naldi from Italy with 106.448. Vilma Olsen in the 76 kilo class yesterday evening was third with 104.888. What a fantastic uh, couple of days the junior women have given us. We're about to go to the medal ceremony, and I'll leave you from the commentary booth. Just a reminder that the next session we bring you is the men's 83 kilo class. It's in two groups because of the number of entries. It starts at 13:30 local time. Please join us again for that. Stay with the medal ceremony, of course, but then join us for the junior men's 83s at 13:30. Until then, from the commentary booth, this is Martin Flett saying bye for now.
Mr. President, please. I introduce you for the victory ceremony. So we have in first Arnold Rushworth, EPF President, and we have Dr. IPF President. Thank you also to Lester for this victory ceremony. Now we start with 84 kilo category. In Scotland, Rosvita Eskova Anastasia from Russia. Silver medal from Finland, Kasalainen Ena. And the gold medal in squad is Milka Kelly from France.
Attends 2 secondes, hein.
Thank you. Now in first place, the bronze medal, Eskova Anastasia from Russia. The silver medal, Evosel Anna. And the gold medal, in first place, is Samanchala Italy. Thank you. Now attending the bronze medal, Serena Maga Fernandez from Spain. The silver medal, Marta Cella from Italy. The gold medal in deadlift is Ena Kasalainen, Finland. Thank you. Now in total for these championships, bronze medal, Eskova Anastasia from Russia. The silver medal, Marta Cella from Italy. And the winner of this European Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships 2021 is Kasalainen Ena from Finland. Thank you. Everybody please, everybody stand up for national anthem from Finland. Thank you. Now continue with the last women junior category. Silver medal, Victoria Borla from Spain. And the bronze medal, Usmina Borla, Russia. Thank you. In bench press, the silver medal, Borla Victoria, Sweden. And the gold medal, Usmina Borla, Russia. Thank you. And now Opa.